hello, hello. It's Denise back with Black Hat Studio. Just gonna show you my new piggies. I bought myself some this little piggy pigments. This is this little Piggy Pigments. They're very concentrated. You can get them from Fluid Art Co. The website. Be aware it is in American dollars, although it is an Australian brand. I got caught out and I ended up with double the amount of paints that I could afford. So, well, I could afford, but that wasn't the point. This was actually a birthday present. I just had my big 50th birthday, so that was a pretty big one. So I've got my measuring spoons here. I thought I would show you how I mix them up. It'll be my first time, so you can learn with me. So the bloom recipe, the pouring medium that we use is Joe Sonia mixed with Taubman's Easy Coat Doors paint. Yeah, it's 1 part to 3 parts. So I'm going to start off with Aphrodite. And you can see the beautiful colour here. I'll read out the colours as I go. This is what the pigments look like. I am wearing a mask to do this, a surgical mask, just because I don't want any particles of the mica to end up in my lungs. Because, yeah, once it's in there, it can't very well get back out. Now, I'm supposed to put half a teaspoon of the pouring medium. Actually, it says gloss varnish. So, the Joe Sonia's gloss varnish. A little bit in here. This is just to disperse the paints into. I have the amazing sticks from Fluid Art Co as well. They're really good to get into the corners of the containers. So I'm just gonna get all that out. Should probably have a slop cloth there somewhere. I'm going to open this very carefully. See if I can scrape this a little bit. No, I think that's I'm probably just being greedy. I've labelled all my little pots. They all have their names on them. So it says on my little instructions that I need 1 teaspoon of this little Piggy Pigments. There's my teaspoon measure. So I'll do 1 teaspoon. Try and get it nice and level. And I'll mix that nice and in. This is why we wear a mask, so that we don't get caught out with the pigment becoming airborne and ending up in our lungs. So I'm just going to wet that down. And then I'm going to add, give that a shake. 4 tablespoons of this mixture. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, Oh. Oh, it fills up the container quite well. Goodness me. Okay, I'll just use a clean stick to scrape that out. Oh, my containers are just big enough, I think. Pop that over there. I'll close my pigments. The last thing I want is something to go wrong and me to spill my pigments all over the place. I would cry, I think. Aphrodite, you can go back. And now I have to commence the mixing. Here comes the colour. Now I've been told that if you do it correctly, the finished pigment you end up with, the finished paint, should be almost the same colour as what's in the jar. So, let's see. They are very rich. Excuse me. As some of you would have known, I might have mentioned in my previous video, my husband and I had COVID, and then on the back of that I got a really nasty secondary infection and ended up very unwell for a further 2 weeks. So my husband got it too. So we're kind of hoping that we're at the end of it now. I returned back to work. As you know, I'm a nurse. I work in general practice, so it's been very busy because of the flu season and COVID. In general practices, we've had more to deal with than we normally would have because people are avoiding the hospital system. So, yeah, it's been very tiring, but I'm just glad to be back at work. So you can see that beautiful rich colour. I hope that shows in the camera. You see that? And that's the colour in the jar. There isn't that much difference. So, it's got a beautiful shimmer to it. I don't know if that'll show in the video. Okay, so, make sure it's properly mixed. I'll forward all of this. I don't think you want to watch me in slow motion mixing all these paints. I'll show you the start of me mixing them, and then I'll fast forward through, do it in double time, and then show you the next colour, etc, etc, etc. What do you think? Very difficult to choose colours. Do have a look at the website, because there's quite a large choice. So that's the first one done. Yay, we're done. Look at those colours. Now, I had an interesting mishap. I'm not quite sure what happened here. But all of them fit into the container except for this one, which is Rave. I can't seem to get the lid on. So I guess I'm doing a project now with that as one of my first colours, because yeah, I need to be able to get the lid on. What do you think? Should we have a go? I think we should. I might just make a trivet, aka a pot holder. Didn't realise that's what they were called. I also have coasters. Now I struggled to get some coasters, size tiles, and I wanted to get the hexagonal ones, but I struggled a little bit, so I got these. They come in a set and they're a little bit rough, but I think they should be okay. So I'm just going to cut off the base that holds them together and see how we go on those. I'm not going to do that one of those tonight. We could, I guess, but I'd rather not. I'd rather do a normal tile. I think blowing out bigger is sometimes a little bit more forgiving. So I might leave that here. I'll just show you the little piggies before we go, what we did tonight, and then I'll start recording another video for the actual project I'm going to make. So here we go. Clean up all my art sticks. Chuck all these in the bin. I'll tell you what, my good old cleaning wipes got a bit of a workout today. Okay, so clean this up and close it all off. That's 2 bottles of my pouring medium I went through tonight. I guess that's what it's for. So cheers, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, I was going to show you the colours, wasn't I? You can see them. We've got Sequins, Ore, Hustle, Submarine, Aphrodite, Sapphire, Inferno, Sangria, Mosh, Pinwheel, Parakeet, Indigo Waves, Mermaid, Rave, Maraschino, and Macaw. So there's some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colours there. Absolutely love them. That's this little piggy. And like I said, you can get them from the Fluid Art Company, which is this. Okay, Denise signing off until the next video.